What's up, party people? Quack, 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 quack. I don't know what happened. I think my light moved, and actually it might look better even. But who knows? Who cares, right? Right? Who cares? I just want to talk to you a little bit about some recent acquisitions. Basically, yeah, I mean, look, I want to say, oh, it's a book haul, but really, I mean, every day is a book haul. Not really, but I travel a lot for a living, and I was down in South Carolina not long ago. They had an amazing little thrift store. I found some stuff there. This week I'll be in Grand Rapids, Michigan area. I can't wait to check out some of the bookstores there. Basically, I look for little thrift stores, $1, $2 books, and it's just amazing the finds that you can find. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to basically show you some recent acquisitions. There's always going to be something like that here. So, let's just go for it. Let's see what happens, yo. Okay, here's the first one. Apparently, a kid named Blake owned this before. So anyway, Otherworld. Right, so Otherworld. So for fans of Ready Player One, are sure to love this addictive read. Well, Step into the future. Leave your body behind. Simon's life took a turn for the worse when his best friend Kat stopped talking to him. You're not talking. The bottom fell out when an accident at a late-night party landed her in intensive care, unconscious and barely hanging on. Enter Otherworld, a full-body gaming immersion experience. There are no screens, no controls, new reality. Okay, well, some of this stuff does sound interesting right away. But, is this a YA book? Did I grab a YA book? I don't mind. I just, does anybody know what this thing is? 2018. Maybe they call that middle grade now. I don't know. But look, I don't know if I'm going to read this or not. But let me know what you think. Do you like this? Have you read it? Recent acquisition. We'll see what happens. All right. Now, I know I have a couple books anyways by James Clemens. I just don't... I don't think I have this. But that is cool. Has anybody read this? Book 1 of the Godslayer Chronicles. James Clemens. This is kind of cool looking though. I think I have other books in this series, but I've not read them. And that could be helpful because if this is book 1 and I don't have it, well, we're off to the races. All right, so anyway, we'll see what happens with that. That's a recent acquisition. It's called The Canary Trainer, and John H. Watson, M.D., Dr. Watson, I presume. So from the memoirs, as edited by Nicholas Myers. So, whatever. I don't know anything about this. It looks kind of cool. A little creepy. Located by a computer in the bowels of... I love bowels. Of a major university where it collected dust for over half a century, this missing manuscript by the biographer of Sherlock Holmes reveals for the first time a hitherto unknown episode in the life of the great detective. Holmes, master sleuth, was also an accomplished violinist. Following his discharge from therapy with Sigmund Freud, see the 7% solution, we now learn that he journeyed to Paris and there found employment as a pit musician at the Paris Opera. I don't know what's happening in this, but I'm not sure it's going to work for me. We'll see. Okay, I picked this up only because of sentimentality. I'm sure I have my original copy in the house, Where the Red Fern Grows. This book is one of the best books I have ever read. As a kid, I sobbed. It was so insane. It was so good. So if you've not read it, you got to read this. But I picked that up mostly for me. But maybe one of my kids will like it as well. Recent acquisition. Tobias Wolff, Back in the World. This is stories, short stories put together. And I really like Tobias Wolff. I think one of my all-time favorites is his book Old School. And I think some of you may already know that. His writing's phenomenal. I actually am a big fan of short stories. So I'm curious what this book will be like. So... I like short stories in a lot of ways because it definitely gives you a bit of a taste of the author, their skill set, and kind of some of the primary themes. I love that. Look at that little car cruising along. So I'm going to check that out at some point. We'll see. It was a recent acquisition. I mean, again, 99 cents I think I picked it up for. So... I don't know what this is, but this was, again, a recent acquisition, and Hood, the book that matters most. Yeah. So after joining a book club, Ava rediscovers a mystery book from her childhood, one that helped her through the traumas of an untimely deaths of her sister and mother. Talk about book from childhood, right? Boom. Meanwhile, Ava's troubled daughter, Maggie, goes missing while living in Paris. Well, that's not going to help her. This troubled childhood, right? I don't know. I mean, I always like books about books, and but I don't know if that's going to work. Maybe you've read it. Let me know what you think of that. So Anne Hood. She's known for the Knitting Circle, The Red Thread, the obituary writer, and An Italian Wife. None of those I've read. I don't even know if any of those would be of interest to me. But I mean, I'm cool. I'm cool. I mean, I like books that are really different from my normal, consumption, if you will. But I think at some point I'm like, I don't. That's probably not going to work. Why would I waste my time on that? But I'm open to surprises. So if you're familiar with Anne Hood, where would you start? Do you like her or not? This was an acquisition at that little St. Vincent's in Hilton Head Island. And this is awesome because it's signed by the author. So Blood on the Tongue by Stephen Booth. I don't know why this cover's got... I don't know if that's Mylar or something that's over it. So it's almost got its own like little book cover. Blood on the Tongue, signed by the author. This is a really cool, nice hardcover edition. I don't know anything about the author nor this book, but there were two there. That one and then Black Dog. Both are signed by the author. Obviously, this is paperback, not hardcover. But Stephen Booth was born in the Lancashire mill town of Burnley and has remained rooted to the Paninis. Isn't that a sandwich? Pennines. During his career as a newspaper journalist, he is well known as a breeder of Toggenburg goats and includes among his other interests folklore, the internet, walking in the hills of the Peak District, where Black Dog is set. He lives with his wife, Leslie, in a former Georgian dower house in Nottinghamshire. Oh, I should have been speaking in a British accent the whole time. Like, this is hilarious. He's a well-known breeder of Toggenburg goats and includes among his other interests folklore and the internet. We are also interested in the internet. I am too. Let's just look at the last few. Okay. I know it's not a virtue to be sarcastic, but it's so easy. All right, here we go. 3. I don't know if these are part of the same series, but Dreamland. Again, these are a little bit weird, but they are so cool looking. M.K. Lawrence. These are first editions, but I don't know anything about them. Okay. Oh, there's the back cover. That was riveting, Chris. So, and then here's another one. Sweet Narcissus. Okay. Oh. And then, last but not least, Sorrow Heart. I love these covers. They're very cool looking. Yeah, let's look at that Dreamland for just a second. I'll read you the cover thingy. So, the eagerly awaited new book in the Winston Marlowe Sherman series. So, is this not number 1? Dreamland celebrates the mystery world's most famous award banquet in a most deadly fashion. Award banquet? If you've ever been to an award banquet, you know your greatest desire is to leave. Why would I want to read a book about an award banquet? It's spring in time for the annual Edgar Awards, and this year, as usual, mystery writer Winston Sherman's chief competition for the Best Novel Award is Jenny Vale, the queen of slightly kinky psychological crime fiction, and Jenny's taking the Edgar away from Winnie 9 years in a row. And when Winnie, finds his Winnie's a guy? His competition shot to death before she can accept this year's award. His memory of their brief, long-ago love affair doesn't make winning by default any easier. Well, that is a mystery. I'm glad that I bought them. They look beautiful, but I don't know when I would read them. My guess is when I'm old. Maybe not. Chris, you don't know. You might read them when you're not old. You're right, I might. The Great Circle by Maggie Shipstead. Okay. Again, Jenna has her little book club, and she's got her stupid sticker here. You know how hard it is for me not to cuss right now? I'm telling you. I want to say words, because that's stupid. If you love books so much, why do you keep ruining the damn covers? This is, I believe, I've been interested in this book for a long time. I just didn't want to buy it brand new. This is the first edition. I have a couple others on hand by Maggie Shipstead. Astonish Me, and then Seating Arrangements. And I think Seating Arrangements has been very well received. I keep thinking that I've read a book by her, but I cannot remember what it is. Okay, I don't think I've read anything by her. She's definitely on my list, though, of want to read. So I'm not sure if you have read her stuff yet, but anyway, these are some recent acquisitions. One more that I snagged. I got 2 of these, like 99 centers. They're from Craig Johnson's series, made the Longmire Mysteries, that television series, off of it. I remember we started watching a little bit of the series, and I liked it. So, these are kind of good no-brainer mysteries for me that I enjoy. Anyway, that's some recent acquisitions. I don't know, maybe you've gotten some great stuff recently. Let me know. There's not a lot of, obviously not a lot of fantasy and science fiction here, but boy, actually, let me. I have a couple others here. Let me just show you. I can't remember if I already showed you this, though. The Lady of the Sorrows. This is book 2. Maybe I did show this already. I haven't put it away. Some of these books I leave out until I've showed you, and then I put them away. And then The King. I did show you these 2 recently in a big haul, but anyway. So I gotta put these away. All right, that's it. I mean, really, you can see I'm a little bit crazy today. Hope you're well, and check out the Amazon wish list and the subscription thing for the Discord. It's actually not a subscription. It's just sign up if you want to be a part of it. And without further ado, au revoir. So much different language words. I love this stuff. I hope you do too.